it there. And then now we can click done. So now we have this code generated for us from clicking that the blue button there. So now we're going to click OK. And now we can see this code here, and that's what we want. Okay, so now we're going to click the preview button to see how this looks. And you see our health bar is all stretched out here. So how can we get this not to look like that? Fairly easy. There's multiple ways of doing this. I'm going to double click here. I'm going to go to this code here. This is important. You want to have a space in between here and what you're about to do next. So I'm going to press the space bar once. And now I put in this symbol here. I always think of like the divide symbol. And then I want another space. So another space. Just so you know, there's a space here. There's also a space here. So with those two spaces there, we're going to put in 100, and then we're going to click OK. So now we're going to preview this. And now we can see our space bar looks more like it did before. Space bar, our health bar looks more like it did than before. Okay, so now this gives us the correlation between our health bar and our opponent. So what we want to do now is we're clicking here just so we can see this blue here because we want to make a new event. All right, so now I'm going to click new event. Now for this new event, what we want to do is now we want to tell Gdevelop when something happens. That when is when our opponent actually gets hit by the projectile. So we need to set up a collision. So when the bolt collides with the opponent, we want something to happen. So we're going to click Add Condition, Common Conditions for all objects, and then we're going to go to Collision, and then we're going to click on Collision again. And the collision is between the opponent and the bolt. And I don't think in this case the order matters. So now we're going to click OK. So Gdevelop is saying, okay, when the opponent is in collision with the bolt, we want something to happen. Now what we want to happen is we want for our health to go down. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to click Add an Action, and then we're going to go to Common Actions for all. We're going to look for variables, modify a variable of an object. We're going to left click. Okay, the object that we want to modify the value of a variable of an object, that object is our opponent. And then the variable is vHealth. And what we want to, in this case is we want to subtract. And we want to subtract 10 from our health bar when our bolt hits it. So with this set up, we're going to click OK. And then with that set up, let's hit preview. So now when we press our N key, the health bar goes down, but the health bar goes down too quick. Why is that? Well, if you look, see how that bolt, when I press it, is in connection with this opponent. It has to actually travel through here. So it's in connection with this opponent for a while. So we need to set it up so that this object is in collision with the bolt, and then this taking down the health only happens once. So how do we do that? We go to Add Condition, Advanced, and remember this, Trigger Once While True. We're going to left click there, then we're going to click OK. So now with that done, we'll click this again. Now when we press the N key, we can see that this only happens one time. However, now when we press multiple hits, you see that right there? Now the health doesn't go down, so we don't want that, so let's fix that. Okay, the way we fix that is fairly easy. We have this already set up for opponent's in collision with bolt. When that happens, take away 10 from the variable vHealth of opponent, do this once. What we're going to do is click Add Action. We're going to go to Common Action for all objects. We're going to go to Objects. We're going to go to Delete in Object. Gdevelop is saying delete the specified object. We're going to select Bolt. Then we're going to click OK. Okay, now we're going to click on the Preview button. So now when we press the N key, the health goes down. However, now things work as they should. There are many reasons why Gdevelop is spectacular. Another reason why it's spectacular is when there's issues, it's often very easy to fix those issues in ways that just make sense. Okay, so we have our health bar go down. It seems like it would make sense to have something happen. So what we want to do is click so we have this blue highlighted around our event. And with that done, we know with that we can click this make a new event button, and we'll have the new event come up in a proper place. And what we want to do here is we want to set things up so that something happens. It seems logical that one of the things we can have to happen is just have our opponent disappear. So we're going to go to Add Condition, Common Conditions for all objects, scroll down, select Variables, Value of an object's variables, what we want, and compare the value of the variable of an object. We want the opponent. The variable is the health. We're going to left click there. For the sign of the test, we want this to be less than. And we're going to put in the value of the test being 0. And basically what's going on is we're saying, look, when the health gets less than 0, we want something to happen. So we're going to left click on OK. Okay, so we're saying when this happens, do something. Go back here for a second. See this invert condition. I saw that when I came out of here. I saw that because I could see this. We don't want that to be inverted. So let's take that off. So now this is correct. Okay, so when the health of the opponent is less than 0, we want something to happen. What do we want to happen? We want the opponent to be deleted. So we're going to go to Add Action. We're going to go to Common Action for all objects, Objects, Delete in Object. Then we're going to go to, we see Gdevelop is saying delete specified object. We're going to select Opponent. Click here just to get that menu to go away. Then we're going to click OK. So when the health of the opponent is less than 0, delete in the object opponent. So let's see what happens. Excellent. Okay, this next part I'm going to show you just because it's so easy to do. Gdevelop, again, makes it easy for us to do. We have no sound effects. Because Gdevelop is what it is, we can make graphics in Gdevelop. We also can make sound effects in Gdevelop. So let's do that. So here's when our N key is pressed, we have a bolt come out. Let's put a sound effect for this to happen. So we're going to click Add Action. We're going to look for audio. We're going to left click on audio, scroll down. We want to select play a sound and choose a new audio file. We could click that to pick audio outside of here. However, what we can do is click on this little paintbrush. We'll left click here. Then it says create and edit a sound with JFXR. Click that again. And now we have a sound editor in Gdevelop. I'm not sure if you can, how well you can hear the sounds in here. Hopefully you can hear them. But when you look here, you can see we have these things set up, basic video game things. So we have a laser shooting out. So as I click this, I'm just going to explain it to you in case you can't hear or hear that well. every time I click this, there's a variation of the sound. I like the last sound that played. So since I like that sound, I'm going to go to New File. I'm going to name this SL, which stands for laser sound. And then I'm going to select Save. And then see where we see this repeat the sound. I don't want that. I'm going to click No. The rest of this, we're going to leave it as is. We're going to click OK. I'm going to click the launch button here. And I'm not sure how well you can hear that sound or not. But every time the projectile comes out, there's a sound. Very nice, very easy to set up. Extremely easy, being that Gdevelop actually has that sound, that way to make sound built into it. So let's make a sound so that when our bolt actually connects with our opponent, we hear sound. So we're going to click Add Action. We're going to go to Audio. We're going to scroll down. We're going to select Play a Sound. And very similar to before, we're going to click here, go to Create a Sound. I'm going to go to Hit Hurt. So I clicked through until I found a hurt sound that I liked. And then with that, or hit sound that I liked, I'm going to name this H for hit sound. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to click No for repeat sound. Then I'm going to click OK. I'm going to preview this. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but sure enough, you can. When a projectile comes out, there's a sound. When there's a hit, there's a sound. So one more thing. When our opponent gets deleted, let's click Add Action. Go to Audio. Scroll down to Play a Sound. Click the paintbrush. Click right on the text of Create a Sound Effect with JFXR. You have to click right on the text. When I click through it, JFXR makes different variations of the explosion, which is very nice. So if you're not pleased, you just click again, gives it to you. You can see they're saying you can donate if you want. I would say this is a worthy thing to donate to. This is great that this is in Gdevelop. It's worth donating to JFXR as well as Gdevelop if you choose. And it's nice they give you that option. Like if you want to, you can. They don't force you. So with this delete, this sound for explosion, I'm going to name this ES for explosion sound. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to click No. Then I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click Preview. Excellent. I'm going to preview this again. Trying to hold up my earphone to the microphone. It's excellent. Okay, the way this health bar is set up, this health bar could be used. I mean, the way it's set up, like the health bar, could be, the programming for this is what I'm talking about, could be easily used for shields. It could be used for ammo packs. So yeah, good stuff. It's nice that Gdevelop is very easy to use, and it is nice that this is given to us for free. That's amazing. Okay, guys, that's it for the tutorial. I hope you learned something. For those of you who liked videos on this channel, reshare this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the videos on game visuals and you would like to see more, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.